Alright, what's up, guys? It's GSR here. So, went against a smoke player. I would have to say he's probably the best smoke player I've gone against. He ended up leaving the game at the end. He won like two matches, and then I started catching on to what he was doing, where like he wouldn't respect his negative block advantage. He would because pokes in this game, like crouching pokes, are typically unsafe. Where like you can't just press a whole nother button once you commit into that, not unless you go into like a special move or a cameo fighter. And he kept doing that, so I was just kind of like filling him out a little bit. I was like, okay, he keeps doing this and doing that, and I'm definitely gonna have to lab against Smoke because I'm not too familiar with how Smoke is as a character. I know like he's like a heavy vortex kind of character, like kind of puts you in a blender and shit. So another thing that I noticed that is kind of a habit of his is like every time I would attack, you'll notice it, but he would keep up blocking, and I was kind of confused why he kept doing it, right? And I was like, okay, he clearly there's something there that I can kind of exploit because he doesn't understand how vulnerable you are when you keep doing that shit. And I adapted to it, but then you'll notice later on in the match, like he ended up blocking my low, and I was like, oh, okay, so he caught on for a brief moment there, right? So I could have hit him with an overhit. So in a sense, I kind of conditioned him to realize, like, okay, if you keep doing that, I'm gonna keep opening you up, right? And I know for a fact that move is unsafe. That shit's like minus 14 or something like that. But the other shit that he does, I'm not too familiar with. So, like, you know, this is kind of like the blind leading the blind here. But it is what it is. Still won the match, but it was good that I went against a smoke player like this, where he was kind of using other options and amping it up a bit. But I understand also why people use Serena. People use Serena mainly because of the fact that like Serena is kind of like a turn stealer in a sense. With her multiple blades that she has access to, she can still turn even if you successfully hit the opponent. So you have to know for a fact that the opponent is going to go for that cameo assist. But Smoke, he hits pretty hard. And another thing I noticed is like if you combo the opponent while their cameo fighter had got hit, I think they take more damage because he ended up getting like 48% on me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, hold on, Smoke really be out here hitting niggas that hard? You know what I'm saying? Is that his reward? Because I think this is the one right here. He got fucking 48%, and I'm like, yo, what's happening? So I don't know if I agree with the fact that like somebody could just do something like that. Maybe I don't agree with it because it's kind of stupid. Like you already damaged me by hitting my cameo fighter, and then you could just do this crazy ass shit where like you get 48%. It's just kind of stupid to me because like imagine me doing that with Jhonny, but going even further than that shit that he's doing. It's just kind of like, I mean, somebody's gonna leave the match easily. But like I said, I started catching on to what he was doing in a sense. He kept up blocking, or he would poke and he wouldn't respect the fact that like he was minus on block. I wasn't using my mids as much because I didn't know how unsafe he was on certain shit that he was doing. And I noticed like every time he would go for like the down three, I think it was, he would always press like a standing normal. So I was like, okay, well, if you're gonna keep doing that, then I'm just gonna take it upon myself just to capitalize off of it. You know what I'm saying? By going for like a high. But then he started like poking afterwards. I'm like, okay, so there's something I'm missing here. So I'm definitely gonna have to lab against Smoke for sure because I know for a fact in a neutral, he's not just gonna be able to go directly into like those little teleports that he has access to without facing any type of consequences or repercussions for his actions. So like I said, it was very interesting fighting this dude because the reason why I say he was like the best Smoke is because he was using more shit. Like he started going for like overheads, but he wasn't using like Smoke's cancel, which I was surprised by because that gives Smoke like mind games and pressure. But I'm definitely gonna have to lab against him in this matchup because this is an interesting character, like for sure. Like I mean, if you see what I'm saying, like he just kept doing it, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So. And then that move right there is just BS. I think that move is just complete BS. Like it's a complete turn stealer. There's other turn stealer type cameo moves in this game, but that move is a turn stealer. Like he is probably like the 6th person that has used Serena in this game. And the reason being is to help him extend his combos further. but not only that, to potentially make it to where like my turn is over, where even if I successfully get a hit, I still will possibly get hit with the other two projectiles that come right back. Basically, boomerang projectiles, if you want to call it, or hell boomerang projectiles, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But for the most part, you know, I started to understand what the hell was going on here, and then I start capitalizing off of it, and then I started realizing like, okay, this dude keeps fucking up blocking, so I'm gonna try and capitalize off of that. And then he doesn't really respect poke, so he kind of had like certain habits with him, especially like when he was cashing out on damage. So that situation there, I could easily take advantage of, and the reason why is because like he keeps spending all of his resources, and you know, Smoke has an armored move, so it's like if you keep spending all your resources, the most you'll be able to do is try and make a read, and then that's basically it. That's literally it. That's all you can do when you don't have no resources. But Serena also helps you build resources in a sense, because you know her chip damage isn't bad on those multiple blades that she dishes out and stuff. But like I said before, I'm definitely gonna have to lab against Smoke, because this character was he's annoying. Because he basically kept using that string, and I wasn't sure if I can parry it, so I didn't want to try it and then get fucking smoked for it. But it looks like there's a big enough gap for you to do it, and I should have tested it out to see if it you know, if I could have done it. But I'm definitely gonna have to lab against Smoke. I cannot stress that point enough, because he's definitely gonna be an annoying ass character, especially with the right cameo fighter. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see Smoke back in Mortal Kombat, man. He looks great. He looks like a fun character to play. His damage seems to be really fucking good, dude. I mean, 46%. I mean, that's a lot of fucking damage, bro, for just one touch. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys are doing well out there. But he ended up leaving the match. It was a close game. I'm not gonna cap, for me not knowing the matchup, of course. But yeah, I started catching on to what he was doing, and I was like, okay, bet.
Round one, fight.
Ooh, now that's a second act.
Round two, fight.
Bring it.
Jhonny Cage wins. Round one, fight. Round 2, fight! Final round, fight!
Go.
Finish him.
Talk about talent. Meet Hollywood's newest star. Huh?
Fatality. Jhonny Cage wins.